So I've been having a little bit of a rethink about this dress that I've made. I've been wearing it on and off for maybe a week. And I just wanted to try something else. I wanted to put pockets into the side seams. The problem is that there are certain things my brain just can't get around, and we all have our nemesis when we're sewing. We have that one thing that we can never seem to get our heads around, and it always takes a long time to do. And for me, that is side seam pockets. I also find zips really irritating. So I went online and I found a really good visual tutorial. I'm not very good about following instructions. So I had a look at this tutorial and I patterned up freestyle a side seam pocket pattern, which, it doesn't have to be an exact science. I just kind of visually copied the pattern that I saw on her tutorial and kind of threw it together. For some reason, I can't get my head around making these pockets, and the other problem is that because it takes me time to get it right, that adds to the labour for any dress project or anything that I do. Things like pockets are time consuming. Now, as you can see from what I'm doing here, I'm adding side seam pockets to an existing garment, but I don't think this really makes much of a difference as to whether or not I'd be putting it into a new garment as I was making it, or just adding it to any of the dresses that I've already made and just putting it in as an addition. I quite like the patch pockets, but I do like a hidden pocket. The thing is, I love pockets in clothes. I love being able to just travel light and have things close to me that are safer than having a bag on my shoulder. And it's weird because I don't make any of my dresses with pockets in. That's partly because of the design of the dresses. So I use very stretchy, very flowing fabrics, very simple patterns. And if you put a pocket in, any weight that then goes into that pocket can ruin the line of the dress. And a lot of garments I see where they have pockets in, you can barely get your hand in them. There's no point in having a pocket in a garment unless you could actually put things in. And when you're thinking about what might go in a pocket in a dress, I would think a mobile phone, maybe a set of keys, maybe a lipstick or a compact. So it needs to be a reasonable size. So when I was patterning up the pockets for this dress, because this garment is going to be a functional day dress that I could go out the door on a hot sunny day and I wouldn't need to carry anything else with me, perhaps a bottle of water. Everything else could go in the pockets. So I've made really generous sized pockets for this, because it needs to be practical. There's no point in having tiny little pockets that you just put your hands in. It's just ridiculous. So I patterned up the pockets and I'm carefully following the tutorial and trying to understand how to make them. Now, by some miracle, I didn't make any mistakes, but it took several hours on and off for me to put these pockets in. And I really want to get lots of side pockets into the garments that I do in the future, but the problem with the sort of work that I do is every dress is a one-off, and they are time consuming in terms of that because I'm doing all the work. So there is a profitability margin involved. And if it takes me an extra, say, hour and a half to 2 hours to put pockets into a dress because I'm not very good at it, that's theoretically adding an hourly rate to that dress project. Now, it may be that adding pockets makes the saleability of the garments better, but I would have to see how that works. Now, I still want to produce this dress to go in my shop. I did buy some fabrics earlier in the year, which I was going to make some of my long dresses in, but I'm beginning to think that several of those fabrics at least would work really well for this this t-shirt dress. So I'm thinking about doing that instead and selecting, say, 3 of those fabrics and making these dresses, but adding the side pockets rather than the patch pockets, or perhaps in addition to. It may be that both works. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to wear this dress around a bit more now with the patch pocket, with the side seam pockets in, and I may well take the patch pockets off and see how it feels without. The joy about making a prototype like this, like a wearable prototype, is that I can experiment with it. So I'm going away soon. So I'm going to take this dress with me as it is now, with the 4 pockets in. And what I might do while I'm away is take the patch pockets off the front and see how I feel. I've made big enough side seam pockets that I can get my mobile phone in, I could get my keys in, any other bits and pieces. It's a very deliberate, practical style. And I'm really happy with the outcome, actually. So I've ended up with pockets that I think are going to last. They seem to be strong enough. I didn't mess up any of the seams, which is great. And I kind of feel like I should be doing more of this. That without pockets in the dresses I make, I am potentially missing a whole market. I mean, I often add, well, not often, I have added pockets in the past to dresses I've owned because it was practical to do so. And I know that decent pockets in women's clothes are still a massive issue for lots of women. So this could be a good new sale point. And I am seriously thinking about not making any more of the evening dresses. For now, I have lots available and sales are slow for all sorts of reasons, but also that people probably aren't spending as much on one-off special events. So by making this dress, let's say I make 3 or 4 with the side pockets, which I think is going to be a really good sales point, and we'll see how they do. If I take the time to market them and give it a go, this could be a better direction for me short term. It follows the ethos of what I do. The dresses are simple, they're practical, they will appeal to a very wide market because unlike the long evening dresses, these are designed to fit multiple body shapes. They're designed for casual wear, for holidays, but for anyone who doesn't like to be constricted by fancy wear and things. I could make these dresses in really nice, fun patterns and bright colours so that they fit across a range of events. You could still wear these to a wedding or a garden party and they would still be upmarket enough because of what I'm going to make them in. So I think that's going to be my project for when I get back. I'm going to take this dress away with me. I'm going to wear it while I'm away, really get a feel for it, see what other people think. And then I think when I get back, I am going to crack on and make 2 or 3 in some of the fabrics that I bought earlier this year. I have a lovely bright yellow, I have a nice marbled grey, I have a navy blue, I have a black, I have a few other colours which may work, and I'm just gonna give it a go. Let's see what happens. What can possibly go wrong? I've made some great dresses that people will be interested in, and I think there's more saleability because they appeal to a wider market. So I finished my pockets and I did a good job. Look at the size of these pockets. They're just so big. And I didn't mess up any of the seams. I backstitched everything so that the pockets sit really nicely in the dress. Look at that. And those pockets actually are really deep. You can't really see the patch pockets on the front so much, but I've left them in for now, and I'm going to have a think about it. I think it would depend on the fabric, on the colourway of the fabric, so those patch pockets really blend in. But let me know what you think. I think this is going to be a better design. I like those really oversized side pockets, which I don't think are going to affect the hang of this dress because of the way it's designed, because of the way it's made. When I do my next version, I might add a couple of inches onto the hemline. For me, it sits just on the knee, and I am 5'4", so it would be nice to be able to offer it at different lengths as well. But this is a multi-fit. I reckon that this dress would comfortably fit a size 10 to a 16 or an 18, depending on your body shape. But it may be that by request I can make larger or smaller sizes. I'm going to get my mum to try this on. My mum is really quite small. She's shorter than me and quite slim, and I'd like to see how it looks on her so that I can get a feel for what the smallest sizes of this dress will fit, and then you can have a much more relaxed fit rather than a really fitted dress. This is designed to be worn, it's a hot day, you don't want to fuss, you want to look nice, but you don't want to be kind of restricted in clothes that are going to make you feel hot and uncomfortable and a bit sweaty. And particularly if you're maybe not confident with your body shape, or you just don't like wearing fitted stuff like me. I don't like feeling constricted. I don't like tight things across my waist, around my bust line. It's just not me. As I've grown older, I've just changed the way that I dress, and this nice relaxed fit I think will be a really good addition to the sorts of things that I make. And I think there'll be a really good addition to the asymmetric dresses, and I could put some pockets in the asymmetric dresses. That could be a good practice. So thoughts, let me know what you think, and I'll let you know how I get on with my trip away and what the end result is.